All right, we're live. Here we go.
Where? Woo!
Episode 8 of the pod. Got some
Uh,
things we need to discuss today.
yes, man.
Mm,
Life keeps moving. Uh, Stuff keeps happening, and just trying to keep up with it.
right. And, you know, I think, I forget the name of the person that said this, but, for anyone that is watching, there is a lot of it's a lot of bullshit and uncertainty happening right now, but, you still got to go outside and touch grass. you know, and and to just live life as best you can because it's you can't live in fear. Of course you can't live in fear. You can't live with the uncertainty. I know it's just like you want to take that when is this gonna be over type shit, but I understand, but y'all gotta live life too.
Indeed. Um, Freaking just coping. Uh,
Hmm.
keep you going because you can't just flip the table. Uh, I believe I was telling you about this. Like I was having a conversation with someone, and they were complaining about like how he's an immigrant, and he when he got to the US was all like John Stewart, Democrats, fuck the Republicans, because the entire reason he had to immigrate was war and displacement.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and after much following, yeah, like he decided it was like better for him to like giving up on the Democrats because he didn't see the party moving in any direction. Um, and now did a 180, right? And then he's like, small government, Trump, Elon, all these things. I understand the sentiment, but I do not understand the sentiment of flipping the table. You're just giving up on the
Right.
entire thing. Uh, Without really thinking about or caring about the people that will be affected as long as you're okay. Um, I understand it, but I don't support it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess where I stand on it.
Right. And like I don't that's the one thing I really don't quite understand, where people like flip parties,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you go from from Democrat to Republican, and especially like people of color that do that shit too. Like that
Mm-hmm.
blows me every time,
It
because it's
blows my
just
mind
like
too.
all right, so what are you really supporting here? Like, because like the only policy that I ever see them being vocal about is just like like really just like anything like anti LGBTQ. That's and then like and also like getting rid of books.
It's
that's all I really ever see, So it's just like, so are these things that really matter to you? Like, because me personally, like, you know, uh, a trans woman going to the women's bathroom has nothing to do with Americans living paycheck to paycheck or shitty healthcare, or even like no make sense like gun laws or anything like that, like shit like that. You know what I mean? So it's just like, so really, like, what is it that you're really upset about? And like, I get it, Dems don't do shit, but Republicans really don't do shit. They don't do shit for you. They'll serve a billionaire before they ever do
that
you any
shit.
favors.
That shit. So hard. That shit, man. Uh, like they and I've seen it happen before my eyes. Um,
I don't know. All right, so you're gonna have to bear
Like,
with me, Jessica, because that iPhone emoji, I can't see it. Here for the is that supposed to be here for the
oh,
tea? Here for the what?
ooh, 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 ooh. Pinkies up.
Pinkies up. Wait.
Hey, cheese man,
Yeah.
cheese man, come up, come up. Get your
Cheese
cheese man.
man. Cheese man. Cheese man. Cheese man.
uh,
She reminds me of my coworker,
so,
dude. She's always, I swear to God, like anytime me and the other trainers are gathered up in a circle and shit, she goes, "How come no one told me about the cheese man?" Fucking nosy ass. I always tell her, you're fucking nosy as fuck.
oh man, nah, dude. Oh wait, that's something. I don't know about like in the U.S., but in Mexican culture, chismosos or chismosa is
uh-huh.
more like a womanly trait, right? Like
But
women are
but it's the
expected to be.
men. I hear in
Oh
Mexican
my
culture, it's always
god!
the men that's talking the
Oh,
most shit. Oh my
all the
god,
shit.
dude. All the shit is always the men.
It is. It's. I'm like, are you sure about this? Because god damn, man, the
Right.
most gossipy people I know in my life are men.
Our men.
It
So if you are so if you ever in Mexico, you want to know where the gossip is, just just eavesdrop on a bunch of men gathered up in a circle. You're gonna hear all the tea.
yeah, yeah, all the team. Whew.
That's
Damn,
wild,
man.
man.
It's it's funny. It's funny like the stereotypes and the standards and stuff of like what is manly and what is womanly.
Hmm.
Uh it just it blows my mind because it was most of the time like that rigidity of it, like it just does not apply. And I wonder why it was like imposed in that way, right? Like why aren't men and only women supposed to be like gossipy and shit? Like gossip can be intel, man. Like, oh, now
It
you know.
is. Now you know. Like honestly, like the tea at work kind of falls into my lap now. Like I don't seek it. Okay, I'll just be real. I never seek the work tea. It just falls into my lap. But like even more so now, since we're literally like just stuck in the classroom for 4 weeks.
Hmm.
So I don't really find out drama until I walk into the production floor. I'm just like, oh, this happened. Great. And it's crazy because right after this, I have to go to, or I'm going to a brunch because one of my coworkers' birthday was over the weekend. So we're gonna have a
Nice,
brunch
nice.
a little bit after this. So I'm just like, damn. And some people I haven't seen in a minute since they left the job. Some people are coming back, and I'm just like, damn, there's gonna be some tea. There's gonna be some tea to spill, and
Oh
I'm just
yeah.
here trying to eat some brunch. I'm trying to mind my business, show my support. Like, hey, happy birthday. Yeah.
Dude, freaking hell yeah. I love brunch, man.
Brunch is amazing.
Brunch is
Uh,
sick.
yeah,
Like,
but what were you saying? What were you about to say?
oh no, I'm just saying like just the topic itself, right? Like I I just don't understand it. I don't understand the rigidity of it, of like, and you're a man and you're a woman and you must do this and that. Like,
Yeah, and especially like nowadays, like the like manhood, like what it is to be a man, or just like what manhood is in general. Is just it's one of those things where it's just like it's been for like forever changing, especially like nowadays, because you have to a man has to be a protector and a provider and this, that, and the third, which is like on paper that sounds nice too. Like, but we're living in times where, a man can't provide on a single income anymore. And and nowadays women come in with their own money, so you kind of have to come in with more than just being a provider and a protector these days. Like, you also have to be emotionally available. You have to be willing to communicate. Like, you have to learn how to console with your partner. Like, you know you just can't just beat your chest like King Kong around here. Like, you can't do that. That's not a thing. you know and I forget whose name is his. Those videos that I would share sometimes about like relationships and shit. And he said
Yeah.
that he would even say like the queen is your strongest piece on the board, and and wisdom. There's femininity in wisdom, and you kind of have to you know be able to balance yourself out in that too. And also, it's just like it's also like one of those catch 22s, is because like when we're taught as children, at least as men, at least like when I was growing up, like if you expressed yourself in a way that was like unfavorable, like if you started crying and then you instantly get told to shut up and stop crying, then you wonder why these dudes are fucking psychopaths, because we would cry and then like not get talked to, and like at least not have a conversation on like, okay, why am I feeling this way? Like or what's a better way to communicate my feelings, or a better way to like express myself.
Dude.
Yeah, so it literally, it's this is this is called patriarchy. Patriarchy is the cause for all of this. But
Damn.
yeah, but literally, like patriarchy, like literally, like plays a part in like how boys transition into men, and depending on that nurture versus nature, you know what I mean? Like it 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 affects us. Like, I'm getting better with it. I wasn't always the best at it, but like when it comes to at least like expressing my feelings without going off on the motherfucker, just emptying out the clip.
Yeah.
You triggered all my trauma. let me empty out that clip.
Oh my god.
Because like
That shit, man.
that's what some dudes do, and then like wonder why they can't get a date, because you're constantly trauma dumping and shit. you know?
Yep. Fuck, man. Yeah.
It's a very crazy thing that happens, but like that's kind of like you have to like recognize that within yourself. Like having a partner is great. Like I would say, because I think I told you this, because like I shared a video on Instagram, and basically the video is about like when men are in relationships, like we need a safe space for our emotions too.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes we end up in relationships where women take up too much space emotionally in a relationship where we can't even express ourselves. So anytime we do, the conversation gets shifted to, it's not about the conversation always gets shifted to what you said, and not about like what I said, how what I said made you feel, and not about like what I said. you know
Yeah.
and that was a lot of shit that I was dealing with my roommate. Like, I would
Mm-hmm.
present some issues, like, but the conversation always got shifted to, well, I don't like how you said it. But it's like, okay, well, if you don't like how I said it, I'm sorry. Like, maybe I could be better with that, but we need to get to like what was being said.
The
And
double edge of equality, man.
yeah, like the conversation always would get shifted. And not to make it like a whole man versus woman thing, but it's just like I've been in those situations where I would say, "Hey, here's what you said made me feel," and then it would be like, "Well, I don't like how you said it," and it's like, "Well, fuck, what do I do here?"
The the double edge of equality, like it's crazy because okay, so I don't know why. I just have better chemistry with men when it comes to friendships. Like we have more things in common.
Hmm.
Like me and straight women just do not get along. Uh, most don't. I won't generalize, but like normally the straight women I get along with like to go outside hiking and camping and more tomboyish.
Hmm.
Uh, so there's a
Right.
boy somewhere in there.
There's a
Like,
boy somewhere. That's crazy.
uh, so freaking because of that, I get to hear a lot of the man side of the equation, I guess.
Right.
But being raised a woman and being raised in a country with where femininity meant being subversive to a man, I kind of I'm put in this weird position where I can really see both sides
Hmm.
really fucking hard, man. Like I don't like that the subjugation and fucking eating after all the men are done eating and all that shit. I'm like, oh, absolutely fuck that shit.
Right.
Uh, and I get to hear the other side, like the if I had a child, a boy, I would never be able to tell that kid to not cry or to not let me know what's going on and his feelings
Mhm.
and the strength within them, man. Uh, the mastery of your emotions and what clarity that brings to your thoughts, man. Like I could never set him up for failure like that.
Mhm.
Um, so it's fucking. I feel like in those conversations where you've been put in that position where you're like trying to, you're in this generation where the old schooler thing was expected of men
Mhm.
and trying to learn uh, the modern expectation of masculinity, which was still not well defined, in my opinion, or
Right.
femininity for that matter, is still kind of in the exploratory phase.
Right.
Uh, fucking, I feel like both sides need to chill. Both sides need to like. We're still all learning what this all means and shit. It just,
Hold on.
uh,
My son is
it's
9,
a,
and his crush will send him things about wanting to end her life, and to talk about him and the seriousness of talking about his feelings. Yeah. No,
yeah.
that's real. Especially that early on, and you damn.
Oh man,
Not the
yeah,
babies
no,
talking about killing themselves. Like, you, that's
yeah,
crazy.
man.
But I
It,
mean, I'm good. I'm really glad that you're doing that though, Jazz, because
yeah,
that's really really important for just not even just so much like young boys to really be in a space to like talk about their feelings, but girls too. I just feel like but I just feel like growing up as a kid, it was more so the boys weren't allowed to cry where it was to be expected of women. Like I would say that when it comes to, and I always stand by this, and I've been saying this all the time. Like there's nothing more emotional than a man. Men are the most emotional creatures on this planet. Simple as that. It's just that this is how we express ourselves. This is pretty much going to like make or break us crashing out and like killing like 10 people versus us just yelling and then just moving on. you
yeah,
know that's the
yeah. No,
difference.
the way that like the way that men will process their emotions is evolving, is changing.
Hmm.
Uh, but there's this in like and I don't know if it's social media or like the modern world or wherever, but like this expectation of instant change that just does not work, man.
No,
Like,
and we are all a work in progress.
yeah,
Like, and
like
even like the way that some men are expressing themselves now, where some women, hate to say it, but like even some women like that would gatekeep the shit out of patriarchy will say, "Oh, you're expressing yourself? Oh, you must be gay."
that's some bullshit.
like
What?
oh, okay. Well, I was just trying to get some shit off my chest,
Those are
but
women that don't want to work on themselves.
ooh, oh.
They're like, there's simplicity and just, and you are the man and you're the provider, and I'm the woman and I take care of the kids and stay home and I'm provided for. Like there's a certain simplicity to it that we are used to, and
Mhm.
that's fine. It can work in certain relationships, but calling it gay or not understanding that these people, the people that are willing to go through that are working on themselves in a different way.
You're right.
Fucking, does it work for you? Cool, cool. Be Amish. Be nothing wrong with Amish people. Just like I meant it as in like go back to a simpler life. Fine, cool, works for you. There's studies that are exploring the idea that we evolved socially at such a high rate that physically it's too much. The amount of input that we receive daily is just overwhelming, and because of that, anxiety and shit is more increasing in society.
Mhm.
Uh, so if you need a break, if you need to move to like you're hard into cottage core and trad life and all that shit, cool for you. But it doesn't make anyone else fucking gay or some shit because you need a break. It's a
You're
you
right.
thing, not an us thing.
Because
Calm your ass down.
God forbid you take up so much emotional space in a relationship where you don't make space for anybody else, especially
Exactly.
which you have to, especially like if you're in a relationship, you have to make space for your partner emotionally. You know,
Yeah,
like you have to do that. Like it doesn't work without it because that's where the resentment kicks in. That's where the
dude.
infidelity kicks in. Like like that's why these dudes will like have whole ass wives and then like have girls on the side because at least the side chick listens.
Yeah,
Just solely for that reason, the side chick will listen. It ain't even about the sex at that point. She listens.
yeah, dude.
So and the same thing with
Fucking
side dudes too, because there are a lot of dudes that where a woman will say, "Hey, babe, this is how I'm feeling," and he goes, "All right," and doesn't make the change or
yeah,
gaslight. So I mean, like it's both sides of the equations. There for every dog ass nigga that's out there, there's a bird ass bitch out there too. So
yeah,
you know,
dude.
so it is what it
Jeez,
is.
man.
That's that's what I say to that.
Nah, man, it's true. It's fucking what was I say? Oh fuck. I said it the other day. When you when you let resentment build in your relationship, man, you are allowing yourself to see your partner as your enemy.
Hmm.
It's supposed to be a partnership. What the fuck? It's
Right.
supposed to be a team.
Exactly.
So take steps, make the change, do the thing.
Right.
Uh, Otherwise, what are you doing here? Play a different game.
Hmm.
It just it baffles me, man. And I don't know if it's because my brain likes to gamify things that I'm like, okay, well, this is the steps for for the game relationship. Follow the simple rules, done.
Hmm.
Uh, but yeah, it's just
Yeah. And then like you have like and then you throw kids in the mix and all that. It's just it becomes a whole nother thing because now you have to, you know, make space for your partner, for your child, and then kind of like navigate through your own stuff too, you know. And like my friend in Oregon, like she's going through it, you know, recently divorced and all that. Like she, you know, the crazy thing is she asked me a question about like if I ever like have like this need to like be a father, and I'm all like, it comes and it goes, you know. But for me, like being a father would be to heal that inner child of mine, of my inner child that, you know, didn't grow that grew up without a dad.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I would be fulfilling that. That would be a way to fulfill that, you know, to live. I would be living vicariously through myself and, you know, nurturing, you know, like whatever child comes into my life, whether it be my own or if I ever end up in a relationship with, you know, someone that has a kid from another relationship, it is what it is. But, you know, I already know what responsibility that I play in that role. That's why I take fatherhood very seriously. Like, you know, if I ever end up having a kid with someone, the the goal at the bare minimum is to be a team for that child.
Dude,
That is the bare minimum, is to be the best team for that child. Like
where the fucking claps at?
we
Where the fucking claps
wait. There we go. Gotcha. I gotcha. But that's the goal though, and you know but it sucks because some men or really just some parents don't understand at least that aspect of parenthood because me, I grew up not having that, and I get that part.
Yeah.
Like you have to be able to effectively co-parent and make sure that that child is okay. like
Oh,
like
yeah, dude.
our generation was supposed, at least specifically millennials, right? Like we're supposed to be the generation that breaks the cycle. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But then I also see the cycle being repeated too with certain people that I've seen in my life. They're repeating the cycle. But you know, we can only hope that things get better. And we it's so it's one thing to know better, but we also got to do better too. Because I mean, like,
That
you know,
that part.
it's we have to, it's pretty much up to us older people because we're you know, we're like in the twilight of our 30s right now.
Mm-hmm.
I got about like five more years left until I hit my 40s and shit. So
Yeah.
you know, shout out to turning 35 next or in a couple weeks. I was gonna say next month, like it ain't February already. But it's pretty crazy. It's just like we're like I said, we're supposed to be the ones that break the cycle, and we have to position ourselves where we can actually do that, and then like make a better world for the people that are going to come after us.
Dude.
Because we're not going to be in this world forever. I'm going to die.
No.
You're going to die. Jessica, you're going to die at some point. So we got to do
We'll all
we
leave this planet, man.
we
Yeah.
all going to leave this planet. So we got to, that's where the focus should be, is at least trying to make this shit at least like one a little bit better than how we left it. I'm eternal,
She is
actually.
eternal. Oh man. Then
She
please.
is an immortal. There can be only one.
Oh man.
Highlander reference right there for those that know. No.
I don't know how you're gonna let me know this, Jessica, but if the cockroaches do make it, I want to know, because it's a phrase, right? Like the cockroaches will make it through anything. I really do want to know if they will. Let me know. Write it down
Man,
somewhere on a
they
wall.
they stood the test of time. Doesn't matter.
Bam.
They ain't going nowhere.
Uh,
It's like that scene from Spider-Man 1. You ain't going nowhere.
idioms, man. Idioms fucking get me. Like, learning English grammatically and everything was the easy part, really. idioms, I still like listen to them, and I'm like, you can't mean that literally. Let me think about this. There's
Right.
something I am not. There's something I'm not getting.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of what they like to say, similes and metaphors and double entendres and all that. Which once we start doing those React videos, there's gonna be a lot of pausing because I'm gonna have to explain some shit. Because
Oh
there's
man.
gonna be some shit that might go over your head, and then like there might be like, oh, okay, I get that.
Yep. I'll just
Man,
um
yeah,
my lack of knowledge of pop culture and stuff like that really comes to bite me.
It'd be like that, but I mean, like, it's literally been culture shock since you got out the Navy. So,
It's been since I moved over, man. Like,
uh,
but like if you ask me about cultural stuff in Mexico as well, I probably don't know. I just
she
pop
said,
culture, I
"Nah,
don't.
Jk, I'm chasing after death." Well, if you
Oh
chasing
well,
death,
shit.
let me smash before you go though. Like, just let me just hit it like at least like one time, and then like you do what you want after that.
Damn.
just making a request. That's all. You do what you want with that. but um, but nah,
I'm not
like
part of the request. I'm not
nah,
involved.
but seriously though,
I'm
like
respect.
I can't believe when I remember that one time you had came by and we were watching Super Dragon Ball Super, and then like when I said, at least you're trying,
Oh, dude, yeah.
like because like nobody, because I swear to God, when it comes to like natural born, and I mean this in the most like respectful way possible, but it just seems like palm color people don't give a fuck about anything until they want to, versus you actually asking questions and trying.
Dude, uh, I just it's your history. I just don't understand. It happened in the land in which we stand, right? So
Yeah.
it's history of the land. What the fuck? I
And
don't.
and there's always like this revisionist history that happens on top of that too, where any like it's hard for me to have a conversation about slavery with white people because they always want to bring up slavery in other times and other countries and all that shit. Mind boggles the shit out of me. Is it's like we're not talking about that. Like slavery in Rome didn't have any adverse effects versus chattel slavery here in the States. Like we're still feeling that.
And
There's still a population of the country that's still fighting for their rights and constantly
mhm.
invoking the 13th Amendment. Constantly.
I think
And
I sent you that study. Um, I think in from Denmark or something. I can find it again.
mm,
Um, but it was this study about the I cannot pronounce this fucking word.
mm,
Uh, of simmunitization
words.
or like yeah words, man. Basically comparing uh people from Africa to apes and how that simplified the embrace of fucking eugenics and
God,
the all that shit, man. Like,
eugenics. Eugenics is
yeah,
crazy.
it is insane. It people that try to compare indenture servitude and all these different things where like you work for me for these many years and then you'll get this little plot of land and all these different things. Uh, the not the amount of fucking whippings and fucking abuse and shit is diluted and is intentionally fucking looking over a lot of different tiny little fucking details that make these cases completely fucking not even in the same ballpark, man. Like,
No,
um,
no.
it their slavery was not racist. Their slavery was because I won a battle, you live there, and now you're my property because I want this property.
That's how it was at one point.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
when it came to that transatlantic slave trade, like chattel slavery, it was pretty racial. It was racist. It was racist as fuck.
Hmm.
Like they even try to use the Bible to even justify making black Africans slaves,
Yeah.
and that was all decided by fucking Europeans and all the Dutch and all that shit too. Like the concept of white and black wasn't even a thing until chattel slavery.
Yeah. Fucking all these like white slaves and shit were like, no, yeah, no, fucking them, yes. I read the book that says that they are perfect for this job. Not me. Not me.
Right, because we don't get
Scapegoat real fucking fast, man.
because us melanated folk, we can be out in them fields for quite some time.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's such a crazy concept to think about.
It truly is, man. It I'm sorry your ancestors chose to stay in a snowy land where they fucking made it so they can't take the sun, can't tan for shit. Uh, and then you decided to export yourself out into the world where you need to be able to tan to survive and do things.
Crazy, crazy,
I'm,
crazy concept.
but that's not our fault. Back the fuck back.
It's like, dang, why Africans? Why not folks that live in the Mediterranean? They're just a few shades lighter than us. Dang, give us a chance.
Oh man,
Oh shit.
like it's just insane, man. Like in all ways for me, like you know how much I like to read fucking just studies just randomly because I want to. Like I don't know why. I just find it fun. Leave me alone.
No judgment over here.
But all this because of just biological evolutional patterns of where your ancestors decided to fucking set their TP on, like fucking their little site, their little camp. They found a nice river, probably, and they're like, "This is nice. This is nice. Let me fucking just grow here." And then they just slowly got better at living there and shit.
Right.
And now we're
Speaking
judging each other because of that. Like it's so stupid.
right. And speaking of geological locations, folks that are involved in DEI fucked around and find out. So for anybody that thought DEI meant niggas,
Because discriminating on skin color, please.
sadly
Please proceed.
mistaken if you thought DEI meant niggas, because what people don't realize that the main beneficiaries of DEI or just really informative action before they got rid of it was white women. How
Yeah.
about that? White women, and then after that, military service members, and then after that, poor white people that lived in rural areas. And then I guess you can toss in Asians as well, because they're the only minority group that's white adjacent enough for white people to feel comfortable with.
Oh man.
Bruh, this shit's crazy because like when that asshole blamed that plane crash happening on DEI
Oh, that
hiring,
shit, man.
which was like, no, this was another problem that you created because you decided to fucking fire like all like the top people that work in the fucking FAAA and shit, where like people like that whole thing could have been avoided if they already weren't already understaffed when you just literally told people to fucking resign and shit, which one, you shouldn't have the authority to do because other departments are feeling that too.
I'm pretty
um
sure that he doesn't, but yeah.
yeah, you're literally trying to fire like top FBI officials and shit, like even FBI agents, which you don't they don't oh my god. So the thing is that you cannot fire people on those levels without notice and without cause. Just because the administration changes doesn't mean you just fire people and just put whoever you want in those positions. Um, there was another one. What was her name? Something Fong. You familiar with her? Last name Fong.
What she do?
Basically what she does is that like she works independently of party lines, and basically her job is to investigate any kind of forms of like corruption. So that was what her job was. And
She got rid of her.
yeah, and he tried to get rid of her because she was already looking into Elon Musk's fucking what's called Neuralink, because
Mm-hmm.
there was some shit going on with that, and she was looking into that. But she stood on business and said, "Nah, you can't just fire me like that." And so I guess whatever Trump goons he had sent over there to kind of forcibly remove her from, her workplace. But she's not. No, you don't. You can't just switch people out like that. And then also, she was supported like by like it was bipartisan by I forget who got her in there, but it was more of a bipartisan thing that put her in that position. So
Dude.
So it's just like, oh, okay. This is literally like it's damn near like a fucking coup that's happening right now. Like Trump is like unnecessarily like cleaning house, but this is like people that went against him, which was the FBI. Because of the whole shit with the documents and shit. FBI came and raided
Mm-hmm.
Mar-a-Lago. And fuck, what was her name? It bothers me that I don't know. I forgot her name. Oh god. What was her name? Phyllis Fong. That's her name. Phyllis Fong. She,
Phyllis Fong.
yeah, yeah,
Damn it.
yep. She was the trying to figure out what her official title is. Inspector General. She's the Inspector General.
Damn.
And so she was looking into Elon Musk, and they essentially that's what happened. This was more like a retaliatory thing and like trying to get her removed because he
Mm-hmm.
was already looking into her and like various other like corrupt shit that was going on in the government. And her job is to be unbiased and for that reason. So she's just going where the corruption is. This wasn't anything politically driven or anything like that. It's literally her fucking job, and they're
Yeah.
trying to basically remove her. But you can't just remove her without cause, and you have to give notice. And that's one of those things where I'm just like, damn, dude, like what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah, no man, like they're trying to remove a bunch of federal employees, man, and it's they're offering illegal like, oh, if you get out 8 months of paid packages and shit. Uh they're really trying to set up the government with just loyalists. Make it as ineffective as possible, man. the like I was reading this morning that Elon got his commission got access to the U.S. government payment systems.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Damn near fucking about to raid the fucking Federal Reserve and shit.
Yeah, man. Man,
Like,
it's it's kind of fucking. It's crazy to think what will happen, man. If the objective is to cut government spending by a shit ton, right?
right.
Deregulate a bunch. Um, uh, the one that really gets me is like if you're trying to deregulate and send back a bunch of stuff that Biden did, right?
Hmm.
Especially for like electric vehicles and stuff like that, like the different programs that gave uh make them more enticing for consumers to purchase.
Right. Yeah, there was
Uh,
a solar initiative out here in Nevada too.
yeah, how, how why would Elon back that? Doesn't make any sense. It's good for him that people want to buy electric vehicles. So like that's one part of the equation that I'm like, what the fuck?
I don't know. Then again, Elon trolls way too much. Motherfucker
Fuck that
trolled
dude.
motherfucker and trolled so hard that he was forced to buy Twitter.
That's true.
So I
Oh my
mean like
god.
I don't know what kind of mind game is going on with that dude, but I don't know. But yeah, it's just that shit made me sick though, because just like how the fuck, because it's just like when the incident happened in DC, is just like my guy, like you're supposed to be the president, but then again, expecting presidential things for someone that is not presidential at all. Maybe I'm going crazy. Maybe I'm expecting way too much. But fuck, dude, like this motherfucker is so tone deaf, or maybe he's not. Maybe he's just trying to say anything for ratings, and that's the one thing I really hate about Trump is that like he doesn't care what the fuck he says. He knows what he's doing. Honestly, he's just trying to get as much ratings as he can. But to say diversity was the reason, right? But the way that he uses it was just like we all know what that's code for. Like I don't know. I feel like when it comes to like dog whistles, I feel like that's something mutually exclusive for us minority groups.
It
Because it's
should
just
be.
like, because it's just like,
Yeah.
because I'm like, oh, that was racist. Like, oh, wait a minute, hold on now. Like, I don't like that one. I don't like where this is going.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. It it gives him permission to be his fucking his fucking worst, man. Like it gives permission to people to be their fucking worst.
yeah,
Like the man gives no shits. He'll say anything, everything, as long as it keeps him in power, keeps him making money. Uh, but the little soft hints, the fact that it's known that he is like Hitler sympathizer, fucking Elon's ties to apartheid and shit, like
dude.
all these different things. Like it just, you know, when they're telling you and they're showing you and you're seeing it.
Right.
Eh,
It's just like how long is motherfuckers gonna keep defending Trump and Elon at this point?
yeah.
How long? How long are we gonna keep dragging on with this bullshit? But
But people are willing to be okay because of the economy, and until the economy truly like takes a massive hit, uh, people won't believe that this was a bad choice.
right, and we're getting there. We're already getting there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe it's because of the effects of the terrorists. But when I went grocery shopping last night, I'm trying to find butter. All the butter was gone.
Damn.
Like or at least like the butter that I normally get was gone, and then like they moved the other butter towards like they put it next to the yogurt. I'm like, there was literally like a whole thing row dedicated to butter. Like what's going on? So I have to buy
Dang.
so I had to buy some more expensive butter because I was making steak and potatoes or mashed potatoes. It was, it was the what's it called? The instant potatoes, but I know how to hook them up.
Okay. Okay.
In case you haven't noticed, the key is butter. Yeah, like you can make any instant potatoes palatable to like, if you were to actually like peel the potatoes yourself, you can get it close to it. But also depends on how much water you put into it. And I think I put too much water in it this time because it didn't come out like because I don't know why. I like the appeal of like clumpy potatoes. That's just me.
Oh no, I like them too.
Yeah.
Uh, Super creamy potatoes are not as filling,
Yeah. It's like
at least for
if
me.
yeah, me personally, like if I'm gonna make potatoes like that, then I would put it like in an actual like a stuffed like how you make a baked potato and like you what's it called? You take out you core it out and then you like make cream potatoes with that, and then you stuff and you put whatever you want on it, sour cream, bacon bits, all that shit. So I mean that's acceptable, that's fine. But even then they're still kind of chunky. But neither here nor there though. Uh cause cause when we talk about DEI, and I don't know if you saw the Cash Patel hearing, but Jesus Christ.
Oof.
They got into that man's ass. Talk about DEI, and this man over here almost a few shades darker than me. Shit.
This motherfucker, man.
Jesus.
Do you think he'll get his Vivek moment?
Oh, nigga moments are coming from anybody. Any minority that's in MAGA, your nigga moment is coming. If it hasn't already. Your nigga wake up call is coming. you gonna
Oh my
you gonna be like,
god.
oh shit. And turns out I wasn't included in this whole time. I was just a usable idiot. Fuck. Because I mean, like, you see what fucking as soon as Candace Owens started talking about supporting Palestine, Ben Shapiro dropped her ass like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because the whole thing that she said about Hitler all those many moons ago, that didn't bother him at all. But the moment she was pro-Palestine, nope, can't have that. Crazy.
Oh man.
Crazy. It's like the one time Candace was right about something. Even though she was being very anti-Semitic about it. But she was
Yeah.
it's one of those things where it's just like when people are right for the wrong reasons. It's
Yeah, no
like
man.
it's like we can leave the anti-Semitism out of it, but we can focus on like the whole genocide aspect of it. Like the genocide's bad. We can all agree that genocide's bad. It doesn't have to be fuck Jews or anything like that, but we can agree that genocide is a universal. Like, no, we don't want that. we don't need people lands getting invaded because of money. Like we can agree on that. We can keep the anti-Semitism out of that.
Yeah, but I truly despise Netanyahu, man.
Yeah, it is what it is at this point, man.
man, all the people that didn't vote for Kamala because pro-Palestine, dude, they what is it? Let me pull it up.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Like that was which is weird, right? Like,
Presidential action executive order on January 29th. Additional measures to combat anti-Semitism, and he's released bombs that are going to Israel. He's done a bunch of stuff, and he's like, "Yeah, no, just clean up." So if you held your boat because you're like, "Well, Trump is bad," I mean, Kamala is bad for Palestine. Yeah,
yeah. You know what
good luck
though?
with that.
You know what? It's fine. It's if you want to hold your vote for that, it's one of those things like you're stupid for that. But I feel my main focus is those that were complaining about shit being too expensive, and shit's about to get expensive.
Oh, that shit.
Eggs are expensive. Eggs gonna be more expensive if he starts deporting people
Yeah,
and
like
everything.
it's not just the fucking bird flu ravaging all these stocks and shit. Like it, then you're also gonna make it so there's less employees, increasing the cost even more, while they're
Exactly.
recovering from all their birds dying from the flu.
Hmm.
Good luck with that shit.
Like
Making a
that
lot of
blows me.
dude, making a lot of dumbass moves. Like it just doesn't make any sense.
Dude, I can't. It's uh it's a lot of and we're only he hasn't even been president 2 weeks and all this is happening. It's too much. This is too much. But yeah. Um but I want to talk about Jasmine Crockett because I know you saw that video.
Oh
Ah,
yes.
that lady is a queen. I love Jasmine Crockett so much for that. She said, "We're gonna play a game: reality versus rhetoric."
Dude.
that first one, the dude was all like per capita. She goes, "No, no, 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 just answer the question."
Oh my god.
Per capita, that's the response. Per capita, because she said immigrants commit more crime than natural born Americans. It's like no, they commit the least amount of crimes.
Fucking
And
Reddit.
and dare I say, there's nothing more low key on this planet than a gay man in Atlanta. But I think immigrants have them beat.
Gay man. Oh man, it gets me.
Man, because like
It just
these people are not trying to get involved with any kind of law enforcement. They're just trying to work, take care of their family, send some money back home. But now that we have ICE literally camping all these areas, where now we're dealing with fucking crop rot because the harvests aren't being picked now. Farmers are just losing a lot of money right now.
yeah, we're gonna feel it. They know it, man. I was reading about the tariffs this morning,
Mm,
and the tariffs that Trump imposed on is imposing, right, like a 25% general tariff on everything from Canada and Mexico, and a 10% tariff on China, and everything but petroleum, everything but gas, man. So that is hit with only a 10% tariff. So he knows.
I wonder why.
Yeah, he knows that everything is gonna go up. But if you bring down petroleum by 10 on the tariff, people won't see it as much on the gas pump. And it'll have a smaller effect on the costs of transporting shit. But it's a fucking admission. You know this shit is gonna hit us, and it's gonna hit us hard.
Mm-hmm.
And Canada already said that they're gonna be putting tariffs on anything that comes. Their retaliation is aiming exclusively, well, specifically at red states.
Mm-hmm. I saw that, and it was
So
like not only retaliatory tariffs on things from red states, but we're gonna prop up the same shit that we can make here.
Yep. And then Mexico. I forgot what Mexico's gonna be doing.
Which was shout out to Claudia because that lady's also a queen. She ain't.
Oh yeah. She's not fucking around either.
Man. First female president, got the biggest balls ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jesus, she doing her thing out there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, her response, I've instructed an economy minister to implement the plan B we've been working on, which includes tariffs and non-tariff measures in defense of Mexico's interests. But she's not specifying what goods her government will be targeting.
No, I guess we're gonna fuck around and find out. Man.
Mexico has been preparing possible retaliatory tariffs on imports from the U.S. ranging from 5 to 20% on pork, cheese, fresh produce, manufactured steel, and aluminum, according to the sources familiar with the matter. Yeah. Here it comes, man. Let's go.
Now we're in the fucking trade war. An unnecessary one at that.
With our allies, two countries that we, on his last presidency, had fucking made a huge ass deal about making a new trade agreement with Mexico and Canada. And now he's reneging on all that shit and coming in for no reason with his dick swinging, and he's just really fucking handing over soft power to other nations, man.
No, that's you know, and 100% facts. Claudia is her. She is her.
Yeah, dude.
But I don't know if you caught that bit where Trudeau was talking about, partnerships elsewhere.
Yep. Yep. He's just like the abusive husband, and the rest of the countries are eventually going to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I said that, and it reminded me of I don't know if you ever saw like what's a couple of right wing reporters and shit and commentators that were like, and Daddy's coming,
Oh,
and Daddy's mad. I'm like, holy shit, man. Okay. Uh, well, Tucker Carlson, and I'm sorry you have daddy issues, man. Sorry your daddy beat you or some shit, but it's not my fucking problem, and it's not our government's problem, our national problem, our economy's problem. Please, please just go to therapy. Just leave us the fuck out of it.
Daddy's mad.
Daddy's mad. I'm like,
That's
okay.
crazy work.
Kinky.
Daddy is mad. Daddy's
Mm.
home. And everyone's thinking
Yeah,
about
no, man.
fucking, what was that? Who was it? Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell. Daddy's home.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
I haven't.
god.
I don't think I've seen it. I think I've seen the
Uh,
trailer.
oh, it's pretty good. And then they came out with a sequel too, which is pretty good too.
Okay, shit.
The sequel's pretty dope. I like the sequel. But yeah, you should give it a watch.
Okay.
Oh, dude, but I'm just it's a weird time that we live in because it's just like, what do y'all want, bro? Like, y'all want a daddy or you want a president? Like, what y'all want? Either way,
Oh my god, I need that on a fucking shirt, crocheted on a pillow. You want a daddy or you want a president? Fuck.
shit. Because if you want a daddy, go get therapy. That's what you need. That's what you really need. You got some unresolved daddy issues going on there. That's what you're really seeking, you know. Yeah, I don't know, but this shit
just
is.
don't,
But then
still
again,
make it a badass.
they don't really know who their daddy is because you still got Elon Musk lurking in the background.
Oh man,
So I don't know.
that man, that man is scheming, man. He's the one that worries me the most.
The most, if
All
yeah, if
this
any,
performative,
yeah, if
all
there's
this performative
any,
bullshit.
yeah, if there's
Mm,
any chess on the peace board that I'm worried about is definitely Elon Musk. I don't know if this
hmm
dude is trying to be a bishop or a rook because he moves whatever the fuck way he wants,
Yeah,
or
he's the
maybe,
queen, man.
yeah, I was gonna say maybe he's the queen. Elon is the queen.
I guess I was right. Vice President, First Lady Elon, man.
She's he's my queen. I don't want it. I don't want the throne. He's my queen.
Oh my
It's
god.
my best Jon Snow impersonation. I don't want it. He's my queen.
I
Oh, dude.
still have not seen Game of Thrones, man.
Oh man, I
Uh,
would say, like I said, if anyone, I tell anyone this that they're gonna get into Game of Thrones, like if you want to watch the full thing, just be ready to be disappointed. Otherwise, stop at season 5. Just stop right there.
is
Stop
it
at season.
enough of an ending that you can be like, okay, I feel okay. My answers are my questions are answered.
If you stop at season 5,
Yeah.
mm, I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. No,
Uh,
but at least you watch the show at its peak because it goes downhill
okay.
after. At least as far as like the quality, it's downhill after season 5. And that's mainly due to the fact that they ran out of source material. Like George R. R. Martin is still writing Game of Thrones. He hasn't finished it yet. It's not a done story because he
Oh
has to.
shit!
Yeah,
The books aren't done yet.
the books are not done yet. He has to write. He has to still write Winds of Winter, and then there's Winds of Winter, and then like there's one called there's a spring one, which I guess is supposed to tie everything up in spring. And then I think that's I think that's it. I think so there's supposed to be two more books. So Winds of Winter and the one that's after that, and I think that's supposed to be it. The problem is that the show concluded, so we already know that if the books do come out, it's going to be way different from the show. And for people that read the books and watch the show, I'm praying for those that did get what they want, at least the book readers, that it's way different from the show, that everything's a lot more fleshed out. But like, I don't want to really give away the ending because I don't know if you're ever going to get into it or not. But I'm pretty sure Sarah was fucking livid at the end. I'm pretty sure she was a little outraged at it because it was just like, bro, what? Huh? This could have been now.
Damn.
Now, granted, well, I will say though, as far as Daenerys going down the path that she did, there was already some breadcrumbs there, but it just wasn't fleshed out. And the writers had the okay to make two more seasons, but they decided to end it at season 8. So it could have went up to season 10, and we could have got a lot more fleshed out story.
Shit. Yeah, no, I don't think I'm gonna get into it. I think I'm just gonna let it be.
Yeah, because well then I'll just say Daenerys fucking does like the most unexpected and least fleshed out heel turn of that year, where she just said, "Fuck it, we just gonna burn this bitch to the ground."
Fuck.
But the thing is, like throughout I think season 7, there was already breadcrumbs and her kind of going in that direction, because there was this old lady named Olenna Tyrell, and she says, "You need to be a dragon, because that's what we need right now. We need a dragon." So that was already point number 1, right? And so in somewhere like mid season 8, where one of her most trusted like people that she like loved to death, her name was Missandei. And just before Missandei got killed, she said Dracarys. And Dracarys is what she says, like, is a command that she gives to her dragon to, unleash holy fucking hell of fire breath and shit. So there was already, the breadcrumbs was already there that she was gonna do what she did. But, like I said, wasn't fleshed out. It was just like, it was very rushed. It was just like, okay, she burned King's Landing down to the ground. And then like we didn't get the most we didn't even get the satisfying ending of seeing fucking Cersei die by Daenerys. Like, I really wanted to see Cersei burn. You know how she dies? She dies because some rubble fucking falls on her and Jaime. But then Tyrion goes and finds the body. So it's just like, so they just stood there and died. Like, there was a lot of inconsistencies. And I'm just like, y'all, like, they literally insulted the intelligence of the people that were watching it. And that's why season 8 left a bad taste in everybody's mouth. Like, everyone's intelligence got insulted because they wanted to rush the ending. So, yeah. But hey, House of the Dragon, dope. Because the thing is, the writers wanted to rush in and start another project. And what's crazy is that they kind of shot themselves in the foot because they rushed Game of Thrones. That whatever project that they were about to work on got canceled because it's like, oh no, y'all fucked up Game of Thrones. No, we don't want you working on anything else right now. We don't want that. We don't want that smoke right now.
So. Yeah, dude, like it's the I know of like what happened to like Korra. Fucking.
Oh man! So what I will say about Legend of Korra, the hate that Korra got, I will never understand till this day.
Dude, it was all like that. Like, it was all these motherfuckers not having the patience for a fandom to actually build because they just listened to the first motherfuckers that were like, oh, we thought this new show was going to be about Aang being older, not about the new Avatar, blah, 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 blah. So they just told the creators to like rush the process, it was only gonna get one season. But then the end of the first season is so good that people are like, "Oh wait, what happens?" Uh, so now she gets two more seasons. The end of the third season, people are like, whatever. And then they rush it again, man. Like it was because of the misreadings and the fast pacedness of this kind of shit.
Mhm.
It was done dirty, man. That's why I love the comic book so much. They can do whatever the fuck they want in there.
Well, I don't know, maybe just me just having just a really open mind about it. I thought Korra was good overall.
It was good. It is good. It's just that there's some plot lines that they like really had to rush.
Yeah, like the end of season 1 definitely felt very rushed, but I don't know, maybe I need to rewatch it again, but I really felt like season 2, 3 and 4 were like very it stuck to a theme where it didn't feel like
Yeah.
it was rushed. Like season 2 was basically her cuz what happened in season 2? Cuz season 2 was about her uncle
Yeah.
and him essentially becoming like the dark avatar and shit and kind of dealing with the whole spirit world and shit. Great.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like that aspect because I honestly felt like the spirit world stuff wasn't really fleshed out and like the whole pretty much origin of the avatar, like that wasn't explored with Aang because Aang's struggle. Aang, okay, so here's what I will say about Korra versus Aang is that Aang only had one struggle,
Yeah.
where Korra had many struggles to deal with. Like
Oh
Aang
yeah.
only had to worry about, returning balance and all that and beating the Fire Lord. That's the only thing he had to really worry about, and then also, mastering 4 elements. Versus Korra, well, she already had the elements mastered by the end of season 1. Great. Love that for her. But then she had to deal with like politics and shit, and her uncle literally trying to destroy the world, and then a fucking anarchist group on top of that, and then dealing with a fucking military coup at the end of season 4.
Yeah.
This is like,
Yeah.
goddamn,
No.
Cora never caught a real break.
Yeah. No. Aang gets one big bad. Korra gets like constantly shit on, man. It cannot catch a break.
She didn't catch a break. So like
Women
when
cannot catch a break.
like towards the end of season 3, like I understood why she just decided just to like go away and not fuck with anybody.
Yeah.
like like she just
I
said, you
mean,
know what?
Kyoshi did it.
Yeah. So I get it.
Kyoshi does it.
She just said, you know what? Fuck all this
Fucking
shit. But then they want to rah
yeah.
rah
Like
because she's gay at the end. Like, so the fuck what?
oh, that was funny as fuck.
Like, get out of here.
That was
It's
funny
not
as
that deep.
fuck, man.
It's never that deep. It's not that deep.
Oh no, because like when they announced that she might be gay, like people were making like the huge fuss about it, and
Yeah.
then they were like Nickelodeon was gonna be like we're gonna cancel blah 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 blah. So you can't make her gay. Uh,
But they
and
alluded
then
to it though. Once then they started talking their shit once the show concluded though. So yeah, that's the thing.
oh no, like at the end of the last very last scene, I'm like, oh look at that, they kissed. Did I kiss? You don't know. You have no clue. You have no evidence. Fuck you.
You don't know if they did or not. They just held hands and that was it. That's all you saw.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So discreet.
very discreet. Yeah, I mean they had to be at that time
Yeah.
because all the soccer moms and Karens would have lost their shit seeing
Oh yeah,
fucking
man.
two girls kissing in a kid show. But God forbid, I don't know. This might be me thinking out loud here, but this is just me. But I feel like if you're gonna show two hetero, or if you're gonna show a hetero couple kissing in a kid show, maybe that's also a form of grooming. Just my
Yeah,
opinion. Just my opinion.
yeah,
Because it's just like, all right, like you're worried about kids being, impressionable, seeing, oh, like if they see two gay people kissing in a kid show, they're gonna become gay too. Meanwhile, heterosexuality has been the norm, and people still end up gay anyway.
hmm
Make that make sense? Because when you're
it
making it, it's like, yeah, it's you're making it the norm, but it's also like, kids need to, figure that shit out for themselves.
yeah,
It's one of those things where,
yeah, man. Like
yeah, it's just like you can't tell
it
people what to think, but at least more so like how to think for themselves.
and dude, like it is. I can see how it can be scary, right? Like if with access to information the way it is now,
Hmm.
and the speed of it and everything. When I was a kid, when I was little, I thought, oh well, okay, love is between a man and a woman, so I must be a man. Like that, I took that on, man. Uh, when I was told by I don't know if I ever told you the story, fucking uh, Baranda on our bus ride to school.
Hmm.
He's telling me about gays and gay people. I'm learning about gay people and like what?
Oh yeah,
He's
yeah,
like,
you
have you
did tell me about this.
ever
Yeah,
yeah?
yeah. But
Uh,
but go ahead and tell it to the one to our one viewer that hasn't heard this story. And shout outs to you for
uh,
staying for staying this long for the pod. Appreciate you, Jessica.
appreciate it. Uh, he's like, oh yeah, have you ever heard of gays? And I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen them at the salon. My mom's like gotten a haircut by a gay person.
Hmm.
Um, and he's like, I asked my mom, and there's also like women gay people. And I'm like, what? You're like, yeah, they're called lesbians. And my brain, man, exploded. Fucking exploded. Wait. Women can be gay too? And like, yes. And I went home and well, I went through school and I did not pay attention that entire day. That entire day I was just like fucking analyzing this shit. Just like what the fuck?
You're how old were you at the time?
I was in middle school.
Oh shit.
So like 13, 14.
So you're already dealing with fucking puberty, and then you get that bomb dropped on
Yeah.
you.
And I had been interested in girls in my school and stuff, but I knew that only men could like women. So I took on like anything feminine that was offered to me was offensive to me.
Hmm.
Uh, I did not want to be recognized as a woman. Uh, so once I learned about how women can like women and that's something that exists in this planet, it's a category of human.
Hmm.
I started being more okay with my femininity and with my own body and with my. I'm like, okay, wait. So there's women that like women, and not these women like men, but there's women out there that will like me as I like them. Like, and me processing that shit made it so now, like, I don't like dresses because I just don't like how they feel.
Hmm.
But I can wear a dress for a wedding. I can wear a dress for stuff. I can put on makeup and not feel uncomfortable, not feel attacked, because then that means that I won't be liked by someone that I'm attracted to.
Right. I think the first pic that I saw you in a dress, I'm like, damn, she looks like her fucking mom. But like not in a bad way, because like your mom is beautiful. I ain't gonna front. But I'm like, okay, all right, I see it now.
Yeah, man. Uh, no, yeah, I just prefer men's clothing because it's easier to shop. It's more comfortable. It's easier to ensemble.
Hmm.
Women clothing has so many parts, man. So many components.
Right.
It but so now with the amount of information that we have, I can see how it could be scary as a parent if your child, like your little kid, was like, "And I'm the opposite sex now," like that.
Hmm.
It could be, it could be a moment of that, of like not understanding that that attraction is fine, or like stuff like that. It's just exploratory and it's not definitive. It's just give it time.
Hmm. Yeah, of course.
Because yeah, I think at that age, if you would have told me that I could be a boy, I would have chosen that shit immediately.
Instead of just realizing, oh, I'm just lesbian. Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I am perfectly
Because
fine being a woman. I'm
yeah, and
cramps
and
suck. That's my only gripe here. Cramps fucking suck. It's some bullshit. Uh, Manufacturer's defect. If there's intelligent design, I have some complaints. But otherwise, I'm perfectly fine with everything else.
right. Yeah, and I kind of agree, that how scary it could be, because the last thing we want is people transitioning when they just can't accept that they're just gay.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is a thing that happens, and it does, and it really does. But it's my whole thing is as a cis head male, you know, pretty sure I'm pretty comfortable in like what I want, and all that. But I feel like communities kind of need to do a little bit more outreach on that,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and because I'm just saying, like, transitioning is not for the faint of heart,
No.
and you have to be really really sure if that's something that you need to do or even want to do, or if that's even something you even should do. If it's simply because, if you really feel like you're trapped in another gender's body because of what you were attracted to, because of this is the skewed idea of a man has to like a woman and vice versa and all that shit. Like, that's what I mean by that's where it comes to, this is what you're groomed to believe. You're right. So, I'm glad that Miranda was there for you and told you, hey, hold on, maybe you're just there. This is the thing. You're girls like girls too. And I'm glad that you got that information a lot sooner, sooner than rather than later, right? Because imagine being an adult now and then realizing that, and now you're gonna have a
Yeah,
fucking
man.
and having a crisis.
Yep. Yep, 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 yep. No,
So
man. Motherfucker was observant. And then after that, the next day, man, I came back and I'm like, hey, I think I'm a lesbian. And he's like, okay, okay. And then we got in a fight because we both like the same girl.
ah, oh, come on now.
That's
You
okay.
can't
She
hold on.
moved. She.
That's not fair. You can't just come into your awakening and then make a move on another man's gal. That's messed up. There's etiquette to this. Hold on. We can't be.
It's okay.
It's okay to like the
It's
same
okay.
girl, but you
Cause
can't be over
she
your homie hopping. All right.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Not fair. Nah, nah. Because listen, no, this is bullshit. No, this is bullshit, because this is what. Okay, one of my old or former manager, because we work in different departments now. So she's gay, like married gay and all that, right? But
Okay.
girls be girling at work and like they be smacking each other asses and shit, you know. And I'm just like, I tell her all the
Okay.
time, like, this is a fucking hack. You get the best of both worlds.
Yeah. Yep.
Like when we would go out and shit and like do coworkers, like we go out to like clubs, like we went to like Blue Martini or whatever, and then like
Mm-hmm.
me being the only single dude there, like I'm pretty much barred from dancing with the women at work. But then Gina, on the other hand, she gets to dance with all the girls at the job. I'm like, this is some bullshit,
All of
bro.
them. All of them. Yep. Yep.
This is fucked up.
I'm sorry.
Damn.
These are the perks. Uh.
Hacks, all of you hacks. I hate every single one I'm playing.
But if it's any consolation, you could do that to straight men, and then make the straight women jealous.
Listen, what I will not do is play gay chicken. Can't do it.
Some of the
Can't do
most gay acting people I know on this planet are straight men. Yes.
it.
God damn, man. Some of you, not all of you, but some of you are way too comfortable with grabbing each other's dicks.
I can't do that. That's not me. That's
Not
not.
gonna name names.
Not gonna name names. That's crazy. At least not on stream.
Yeah. but damn, man, like it's crazy, but it's because there's no sexual attraction. I understand. Like, uh, I was at the beach with a friend, and she was like, I don't remember what the exact conversation was, but it was something about like my sister was there, I was there, Sarah was there, and it was something about her body, like I think her boobs or something.
Mhm.
And I'm like complimented, but like I'm like, but I like it's a little uncomfortable for me because she
She flashy them
like
titties, huh?
no no
Oh,
flash no flash,
okay.
but like it's sexy.
Okay.
So I'm like it's a little uncomfortable because like you're a coworker, stuff like that. I don't want to see it like that. I don't want to think about it like that. It's there's like a boundary that I have to keep in a way. And
Mhm.
I'd imagine that's how men have to be with women that they could be like perceived to be attracted to or some shit like that.
Oh no,
I don't know if
listen,
I'm
I'm gonna keep it a bean. There are a lot of baddies. I work with a lot of baddies. So
so
it's the me constantly the I can look but can't touch. I can slightly give a compliment here and there. Like like I just straight up said, fuck it. I think it was what was it? It was like 2 weeks ago. It was like 2 Fridays ago. One of my coworkers, her name was Ida. Ida, she's sticking all the right places. And then she decided to come in and she came in into some like really tighter than usual type of leggings. And
hmm.
I just straight up told her, like, listen, this is gonna sound inappropriate, but Ida, that thing is thangin' today. And she goes, ha ha ha, Lamonte said the same thing earlier. I'm like, okay, so someone beat me to it. And
Yeah, no, man.
she took it on the chin. It wasn't anything bad. Like I wasn't being a creep or anything about it. I'm just like, hey,
Hmm.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, no, like, uh, yeah, but with dudes, man, with dudes, I can like grab ass. I have no problems. There's because I am not in any way, shape, or form attracted. So I don't mind.
With dudes, you can grab ass, but then
Yeah, it's like so. It's like I don't know, man. I forgot how we got into this topic.
I don't know either, but
I forget.
but I think we'll end things here. We're about an hour and almost 35 minutes in. But thank you for the one viewer. Thank you, Jessica, for listening in. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Jessica.
But we're gonna end things here. So we'll do the damn thing again next Sunday. But reaction videos on the
Remember,
way.
straight. Remember, straight man. Gate checking is confusing.
Gay chicken is confusing.
I don't understand.
If you start liking that shit, you just might be bi, my guy, and that's okay. No judgment.
No, I mean women play with each other's boobs all the time. It's kind of weird.
It is, and like for me, like for someone that's gay that does shit like that, it's just like you actually get something out of it.
That's what we're talking about.
And
The
women
gay
are
benefit, the fact that I like being a lesbian, I get like to like double scoop or some shit. Like,
right.
yeah, that's right, that's right. That's how we got to that.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like it's a fucking hack. That's what I mean. You get the best of both worlds. Goddamn hack. And the thing is, like, and my whole thing is, right, like, and the women at work know she's gay, so why are you so comfortable with her knowing that she's gay? Where, like, if it was I mean, I get why when it's a dude, but you know this is a lesbian woman that is possibly attracted to you, but you let her touch your ass and you grind up on her.
That one has always made me very, very uncomfortable. I'm like, no, I will not do that.
But I digress.
Straight women are scary.
Straight women are scary.
To me,
straight women that don't know what they want are scarier. I will say that.
Yes, that part. Yeah.
But we'll end things here. Thank you so much for watching, and
thank you. Boop, boop. See you next time.
Next time.